Good afternoon. You're watching Business Today at National News. I am Ayush Bhatia. Today's discussion is focused on the role of corporate organization and businesses in contributing towards a healthier and more sustainable environment for future generations in Australia. The recent deterioration of weather conditions has led to a severe conditions such as heat waves, floods, and bushfires. This has affected the life of million Australians and at the same time also affected the business operations and revenues for a lot of corporate organizations. Such events were highly indicated and predicted by a report by OECD in 2019, which discusses about the poor biodiversity in Australia and how that could lead about such events in the future. And all these events have also sparked some questions among the mind of stakeholders and the general public as well. That is regarding the quality of social and environmental reporting done by these big corporate organizations in Australia, whether they truly represent the facts and about the activities done by the business organizations. Would they actually contribute to a more healthier and a safe environment for future generations in Australia? And the major development in this whole topic came after a recent article was published by Canadian academics, which was called "The Quality of Sustainability Reports and Impression Management." This was an article done by a perspective of stakeholder that also detail discuss about the how organizations build impression among stakeholders and general public regarding their sustainability reports. So, to discuss more about this article, we've invited today business leaders from different parts of Australia to come and join and discuss about this article. With this, we've got Brooke Sargent from Amber Enterprise who would discuss about the overall summary and what's their viewpoint on this article. We've also got Picknell Bro from NMP Limited who will discuss about the strengths of this article. And we've also got QZan today who will be joining us to discuss about the weaknesses of this report. So I'll start with Brooke. Please let us know about this. How do you think about the overall report and how is it under your viewpoint?
Good afternoon. My name is Brooke and I'm the Director of Amber Enterprise. I'm coming to you today from my home office, given the current climate we're in, as I've been asked to provide some insight and contribute to the discussion around the quality of reporting by companies, specifically today analysing a report from the Canadian University. Today I will be touching base on a brief summary of this report. The use of the acronym throughout this, GRI, is referring to the Global Reporting Initiative. This report first outlines the incentive and background of the article itself, being popularity of sustainability reporting and the increasing use of the GRI with the consequence of setting the objective. This is addressed with two main questions, which are 1. To interview stakeholders' perspective for the quality of GRI. 2. To find whether sustainability reports can be considered as the vehicle to create management strategy. Secondly, it describes the 6 factors of the GRI principles for defining report quality in detail, following with the explanation of why the objective is needed, which is impression management control, to manipulate the impression of users, and the importance of different types of stakeholders' perceptions of sustainable reporting. The third incentive of the article is to reveal findings for the needs to improve the 6 principles of GRI by using data collection and analysis. These are balance. GRI indicators are too vague and general. Companies should publish the negative information, not just the positive. Comparability. Companies use different criteria, and lack of clear objectives limit the comparability level of different reports and data across companies. Accuracy. There is a difficulty to measure data. Choosing different measurement techniques causes margins of error. Timeliness. The ability of the entity to produce information in a timely manner is limited. Clarity. Information is difficult to find when presented to stakeholders, as they use confusing language to obscure or hide the poor performance and lack of professionalism. Reliability should appear in connection with the other principles, and with the need for external auditing. Lastly, after briefly discussing the findings, they list the contributions for the analysis of the stakeholders' perceptions of the sustainability report. Also, the extent to which such stakeholders are affected, the contributions to the literature on impression management and sustainability reporting, and implications for auditors to verify the application of GRI principles. They also find the limitations of their research, resource and approach, and future research orientation. That concludes the executive summary on this article. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks, Brooke, for sharing an overall summary about the article today. You made it really easy for all our viewers to know what will be the main aspects that will be mentioned in the article and what are the key aspects the users should be looking in the articles. Now I would like to move to Nick Bilbrough, who is just joining us from NMP Limited. He serves as a board of director there. And Nick will be sharing us what are the strengths that he has pointed out in the article overall. So over to you, Nick.
Hello, my name is Nick and I'm the current director of NMP Limited. Sustainability reporting and impression management are both very important issues to my particular company. Articles such as this one are very useful in helping us to achieve our business goals. I'm here to argue that the article in question is a very strong and accurate article. To do so, I will focus on the strengths related to the structure of the article, as well as the strengths related to the content of the article itself. Firstly, I believe the article is very strong in structure. It makes a good first impression on a reader, which will help readers to sustain interest and to read the entire article. It introduces the background of the Global Reporting Initiative and addresses two key questions that are central to the article's purpose. It also introduces the structure of the entire article in the beginning. The entire article is well arranged, with clear and distinct sections that make it a clear and cohesive read. It also utilises 4 strong subheadings in the abstract, which helps the reader understand the key points of the article. Overall, the authors have done a good job at making the article interesting and engaging for readers. The content of the article is also very strong, especially in the areas of data validity, reliability, and use of appropriate theory. The article utilises strong percentage-based data from a wide range of sources, which increases the credibility of the entire article. The content of the article is diverse and very well-rounded, discussing impression management strategies as well as illustrating the findings using the 6 key Global Reporting Initiative principles in a great amount of detail. The data collection used in the article was also very thorough and reliable, as the research is based on 33 interviews with stakeholders and experts across Canada in the field of socially responsible initiatives. This also identified a number of weaknesses that previous literature in the area failed to pick up. Overall, I believe this article is a very strong one and is well worth reading for anybody interested in the fields of sustainability reporting and impression management. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Nick, for identifying these trends that you have seen in the article and just shared with our viewers. I would now like to move to a third guest speaker who is joining us to tell us more about the weaknesses that she, as an expert in the business field, has identified in the article. She's affiliated with ZQI Limited, and I would now like to follow up to her. There you go, Qzen.
This is ZQI Ltd. We totally found 3 different weaknesses from this article. Firstly, the research process is lack of internal support and output reviews. They just provide only one table and did not reveal the detailed data recording, which leads to less credibility. Instead, they should provide at least 3 different tables using different ranking levels to ample the context. Secondly, they just provide one suggestion from the principle of reliability to be more applicable to the readers. They should specialize one paragraph to reveal their suggestions behind their findings. Thirdly, the disorder discussion without outcome, which leads to the complex and vague, thus increase the difficulty to read. However, we also find another way to improve the abundantly support theory used, which is considering using triple bottom line reporting. It contains social, economic, and environment performance criteria, which is strong connected to the objective of sustainable environment report. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Q, for sharing your viewpoint on weaknesses that you have pointed out in the article as a business leader. So just wrapping up today's discussion regarding the weaknesses and strengths mentioned in the article regarding sustainability reporting. So I would just like to mention some of the key takeaways for our viewers. So clearly, listening to the discussion between Nick and Q, it could be said that the strengths of the articles outweigh the weaknesses that have been found by our business leader in the article. Similarly, even though it's really good article, and even any of the business strategies or the sustainability strategies that business adopt, it takes a while before that can be easily adopted or used as a business management tool. And the other thing that was really important that I would like to mention up here was that the article is actually applicable for academic and practical uses as well, so it could be of great use in the future as well. However, there was some really good issues pointed out in the article, and that have been also talked through by our business leaders today. That were the issue of comparability of the sustainability reporting between different organizations, because they usually all the organization use different measures and strategies to sum up or to bring up their sustainability reporting, environmental reporting. That makes it really difficult for all the stakeholders and report users to compare them, like different organizations between them. That makes it not really useful as a report to the users. So concluding up all together in these ones, I would just like to thank all our guest speakers who joined us today to give us the expert advice about the article and about the issue of sustainability reporting, and mainly the quality of sustainability reporting that all the firms are following up these days. Thanks a lot.